This video will introduce all the parameters. First is the Motor Parameter Settings. The leftmost column contains the motor parameters for automatic calibration, which generally do not need to be modified. If modification is necessary, please do so under the guidance of a professional. In the position mode selected encoder, the default value is reducer, meaning that in position-related control modes, the position input corresponds to the encoder value at the reducer side. The positive-negative position limit also sets at the reducer side. If motor is selected, the position input will correspond to the encoder value at the motor side. The positive-negative position limit also sets at the motor side. The value of the reduction ratio will be set according to the actual reduction ratio of the gearbox and does not need to be changed by the user. The zero position of the reducer side can be adjusted by modifying the encoder's zero offset. The modification process is as follows. Rotate the reducer side to the desired zero position, record the current position value, and write it into the system. If the current zero offset value is not zero, add the recorded value to the existing offset. This parameter determines whether the actuator will automatically return to zero position when entering various position modes. Users can modify acceleration and deceleration parameters in open loop mode and profile velocity mode with the values stored in Flash. Real-time adjustment of acceleration and deceleration is also supported in open loop mode or profile velocity mode, with these adjustments stored in RAM. For real-time modification instructions, please refer to the CAN frame introduction section below. After power-up, if RAM is not written, the values from Flash will be used. If RAM is written, the values from RAM will be used. The velocity mode acceleration, deceleration, also applies to the profile position mode and position mode. Current limiting only takes effect in MIT mode. The current limit affects acceleration under non-stall conditions and torque under stall conditions. The speed limit value restricts the motor speed in all control modes. Users can set the positive and negative limit of the motor or reducer end according to the position mode selection encoder. Then there is PID Parameter Setting. The same parameters may vary in different actuator models. Here we take the TA70-101 model as an example. The current loop PI is used to change the regulation rate of the current, for example. The default current. Loop KP and key values of the actuator are 0.0006 and 0.001 respectively. At this time it takes about 1.3s for the current to increase from 0 to 1000 mA. After setting KP and KI values to 0.02 and 0.002 respectively, it takes about 0.2s for the current to increase from 0 to 1000 mA. Note that when using the profile velocity mode or profile position mode, the current loop P should not be set too large. Otherwise, the actuator will vibrate violently. The velocity loop P is used to control the speed regulation capability. These are the speed change curve, when the speed loop KP and KI values are 100, 2.4 and 25, 0.6 respectively. When the PI value increases, the actual speed overshoot phenomenon is weakened, and the speed oscillation amplitude is also reduced. When the PI value decreases, the opposite is true. The speed change rate is determined by the acceleration, deceleration. The position loop acts on the profile position mode to control the reference speed. These are the speed change curve when the KP and KD values are 0.004, 0, and 0.016, 0 respectively. Given the same position difference, the larger the KP value, the greater the reference speed of the actuator, and KD is used to slow down the rate of change of the reference speed. Please refer to the operation mode introduction video to set these two parameters. Finally, there is Protection Parameter Settings. Users can configure various motor protection parameters, though adjustments are generally unnecessary as these are pre-configured before shipment. However, users may modify the protection parameters based on specific application requirements.